with the family. And when you go to London for your ground transportation, you either have black taxi or take a tube. Those were pretty much two alternatives, or request your friend in Wembley कि भाई मुझे यहाँ जाना है तो मुझे please आप यहाँ से पिकअप करें वहाँ पहुँचा दें. This time when we went, it changed our experience totally. Most of the times for going in London, we were three of us, so we used Uber taxi, and it was such an amazing experience for me as a user. And because all of us have a habit of talking, I was talking to the driver. I said, how is it for you to actually drive Uber taxi? He said that he was earlier having a restaurant from Pakistan. And he says, oh, I was so tired of it. He says, koi na koi food related issues, I would have issues of people not coming, food and drugs people who are coming and harassing me. Instead of that, he says, now I drive the taxi as per what I want. And if I feel that I have driven 5 hours, then I stop driving. And I make enough money. As a person who was using the taxi, my experience was very, very different, because I was spending, about 40% of what I would have spent on black taxis. And because we were 3 of us, I would have almost spent the same amount had I taken the tube, which means that I would have to go to the station and look for it. Here I was just getting a cab and going there. Startups change lives. Startup makes the world a better place to live. All of us experience it. Uber is one example. But I think all of us, at least I know, and I have had opportunity to interact with a few people. Startups bring freshness. They have a different energy, and I think what a nice way that we have a young startup who introduced us. I think that was perhaps his startup experience of being an MOC, and who knows, maybe one day he would make a name for himself. So let us applaud this startup, who rightly began this event of today. I'm very happy to be here in this room, because I think if one thing binds all of us together, it is that we are all excited about startup, and we all understand that it would change the world. My journey with startup started in a formal way when I became co-chairman of Lead Angels Ahmedabad chapter, where I have an opportunity to look at 3 new ideas from entrepreneurs every month, and we have opportunities to participate in that exciting journey where we actually contribute to the equity of those companies. And I think the best part of it is that when I sit on the dining table with my daughter, who is about 16 years old, most of the times I rely on her on technology. We all buy phones, but finally, if there are some feature, I would tell Tanya, yaar, ye to karke dekho. So she's the one who would help me with that, because of young generation, familiar with, like this boy, familiar with today's technology. Only my chance to impress her and my son is when I talk about my lead angel experience. I said, have you heard about this technology? And they say, no. I just heard about it today, and it is going to change the world. And I think young people who are, say, 20, 22, 24, bring that energy, bring that aha moment of what they have discovered as an idea and present it to you. And to me, other than participating in their equity, I think it increases my stock value in my family, where, that I also know about technology, and I am also keeping pace with the younger world. I am going to talk about 2 things in my today's presentation. One is about who is a lead angel, who is an angel investor. And second is as to how do we invest. I thought it would be of interest to you if many of you would want to have a startup, to understand as to who an angel investor is and how he decides to fund or not fund a proposal. An angel investor is typically an individual who has extra liquidity and who is ready to invest in early startup business. for a consideration of equity or a convertible debt, which means that it's a loan which can be converted. So he has an equity or equity option. So you have individual. There are also groups like lead angel and other angel groups. But as an individual, he is a person who has excess liquidity and is ready to invest in that. In angel group, like we have in lead angels and many other groups, what we do is typically we take group calls, which means that every month we see the presentations, and then after the presentation we talk to that individual who is presenting the idea. After that he goes away, and as a group we discuss as to what do you feel, what is the right valuation for this, what do you think, who would be interested in this. So if it is, say, education related startup, maybe Dr. Mahendra Sharma would say, yes, my interest is there. And then we would say, would you also like to mentor him? So he would say, yes, not only that I would like to invest, but I would like to mentor. So he would be a lead person in all of us, and he would interact with them, do some kind of due diligence, valuation, and present the case to us. That is typically a lead angel or angel investment. In one proposal, most of the times we invest, say, about 70 lakh to 1 crore. So a proposal, and I was discussing with him that very small proposal of maybe 5 lakh, 10 lakhs would not interest the group. For that you can approach individually. So maybe Dr. Mahendra Sharma and I together can write a check for 5, 10 lakhs if it's a small amount, and can fund a startup which is about education. But as a forum or group, we take a call where we do about 70 lakhs to 7 crore. Is the kind of range that we write, and we do different kinds of projects, which means that projects where proof of concept has not happened, which means that it is just an idea, where patent is not filed, to some cases where the patent is filed, some kind of positive cash flows have happened, some customers are already acquired. So that is the kind of start, and that is the range of money that is done. How typically an angel investor differs from a venture capitalist, VC. Actually, it's a relay kind of a race. So we start first and then run up to there and then give most of the times to a VC or a private equity person. Typically, private equity person is not the one who puts in his own money. He collects money from a group like this and then he puts it in some of the companies. So unlike angel investor, where most of the times I put my own money, a VC collects the money, manages that fund, invests that money there. Typically they are larger than angel, which means that their amounts would be, say, not less than 25 crore upwards. So for an early startup, and then next stage they come in. At times when they come in, angel investor gets out. They also take considerably larger equity positions, which means that an angel investor typically, if I take, say, 5 lakh or 10 lakhs in an enterprise, my equity could be, say, 1%, 2%, 5%. While typically a VC at a second stage would take much larger, say 25, 49, 51 kind of a percentage. That is the kind of investors that you need to understand and have an idea about, that this is typically an angel investor and then VC. Having introduced our kind of breed, which is angel investors, let me tell you as to how do we select out of the proposals that we see as to which is the one that appeals to us. There are 5 aspects that I would typically look at, or our forum would look at, of angel investor. First is idea. What kind of problem are you solving? What is that idea, aha moment of yours? What is the new thing that you are bringing in? Which means that if, say, we all charge cell phones every day, maybe if you got something where you don't have to charge the phone at all, like a carpet, then that's an aha moment for me, and I consider that in 1 year time, the moment proof of concept, everything happens, there would be an Apple to acquire you, and the huge valuation can happen. So what is that idea that you have, which is your unique signature, which is your way of making the world a better place, which is your solution? So power of idea. What is the powerful idea that you have? That is one first that we see. After that, what is the team? Because no matter how good the idea is, it is the team which is important. Last week I was in IIM Ahmedabad in Power of Ideas, where there was one guy who raised his hand and told me that I have an idea which I want to sell. Because I feel that, I don't have the necessary bandwidth to actually take it forward. Would you buy it? And I said, no, I would not buy it. Because for me, idea is just one, but a team is more important. And therefore, an idea without a team, for me, is like a body without a life. To me, it doesn't interest me. Unless, and there are, in terms of ideas, we have ideas on a pawn shop as to how Narendra Modi should run his government. So ideas are, something where all of us are very rich and fertile. So second is team. Who would execute it? Who are you? What kind of energy you bring to the table? What kind of wherewithal you have? What kind of resilience you have to put up a project? Because a new idea is very difficult to put through. And whether you could go through all the stages of difficulties is that. What is your integrity? We are going to put money in your enterprise, and can we trust you? What is the connect that you bring to me on one-on-one basis? So, and after that, what is the team that you have? Are you just one-person show? Like recent film, I don't know if you have seen Intern, which is a film running now, which is about a startup. And the lady startup does not want to give away any part of work that she was doing. So, are you creating a team? Team is as important to us as an idea when we are investing as angel investors in a startup. Third is business plan. Have you thought how would you implement? What is your strategy? What is that how part of it? What is known by your idea? Who is known because I know your team, that you have a good team? How would you do it? What is the competition landscape? What are the entry barriers for new person? What are the revenue models that you have? Have you a well laid out written business plan? Business plan and strategy of how to do it is very important part of this. So your idea, your team, who would execute it, your business plan of how would you do it, and timing. I was sharing with a friend here about the timing that before, say around 1999, Z.com came in, which was about video content in the United States. And by 2003, it faced two problems. One was that broadband penetration in the US was very low. And second was in streaming it, there was an issue. By 2003, the company had to fold up. Though it had excellent business plan, it had endorsement, it had funding. And in 2005 came YouTube with similar idea, perhaps no business plan. At that time, the broadband penetration in the US was more than 50%. Add-on Flash was there to take care of other video contents. And it became one of the most successful startups. So timing is one of the most important aspects. Are you too early for your concept? Are you just in time? Or are you a little early? Or are you a little late when there are a lot of competitors there? In fact, some of the angel investors feel timing is one of the most important out of all this five. And fifth is funding. Funding and finance. I feel that most of the times entrepreneur is so much passionate and in love with his ideas that he may not be financially literate. So he can be an engineer who doesn't understand finance and funding. I feel that finance and funding and the basic understanding of money, how to raise money, to understand profit and loss and balance sheet is something that I would want in him or in his team. So about finance and funding. These are five things that we look for. And when I think out of this majority of things appeal, we pick up checkbook and write checks. This is about what we do as angel investor. I am thankful to Ganpat University and to all of you to have invited me here and to have shared my views. I soon look forward to seeing some of you in our angel forum making pitch for your investment in your startup. and thereby making the world a better place